All right, great. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Let's get started. Laurent, Brianna.
Just what did you see different from this matchup compared to the first two you had before the break?
Mm, well, we lost. But no, the gonna talk exactly what I told the guys. It's raging to concede the way we concede because we except from those two events, I don't think we were in much danger. But let's say it's a 0-0. It's not what we wanted to have. Yes, I love the control the guys have. It's incredible, and every day we love trying new things on the ball. But the whole point is creating chances, and we haven't been dangerous enough the way we wanted to be in the first half, or ambitious enough, and we were a little bit off transitioning, and only early in the second half, same way against Burnley in a friendly game. Only in the second half we came with a little bit more bite, I would say, and more directness in our intentions, and then we considered the worst timing. So yeah, a little bit of disappointment in the lack of capacity to be dangerous earlier in the game, and to position ourselves maybe in a different way.
How much help are you expecting from these guys who are still coming in? I think Mendes come in tonight. How much do you expect him to play a role in helping that attack, help with the gaps in the game today?
Bryce?
Yes.
Mendes? Well, he arrived just today. Gonna check where he's at physically. I was able to say hi, and that's the second time that I interact with him. The first time a while ago, I noticed how motivated and eager to this project. So same thing today, and yeah, I believe he's gonna be someone that I'm gonna have to slow down. That wants to go a little bit fast and wants to contribute, wants to win, and we need that.
How much playing around do you feel like you're still doing in the lineup, and how many different options do you feel like you're playing with, just being still true game plan?
Yeah, a couple of guys coming back from injuries. Max and Stevie coming back from their World Cup. We're gonna incorporate new guys soon. It is a little bit of juggling in that sense, but I bet it's the case for every team.
You mentioned Max. He didn't have a very strong game tonight. How much have you talked to him, and just everything that's been going on in the World Cup, transfer rumors, everything, impacted his mental state going into this game?
Seemed fine to me, and we spoke, and he was ready to go, ready to contribute. Of course, the first event of the game is something that he feel really bad on him, and I know he carries on his shoulder, but we want to move on, and I keep telling them since day one that we'll see who we are once we face first not loss, but obstacle. And so today was one. So let's see how he reacts and how we react as a group.
Just to follow up on the lineup, could you describe your thinking in the starting lineup and the rotation, and whether the game coming up in 3 days played any part in your thinking?
Yeah, it is a factor, but really I not so much. I really wanted to position the guy in a way that I thought was the most adequate on that moment, based on form and complementarity between lines, I would say, or little duos. So no, I try to put the best lineup possible that I thought was give us the best chance to win the game.
Laurent, struggled to create some scoring opportunities. How much of that was because of maybe some relative inexperience or the youngness of the lineup?
Yeah, Tarun is somebody that deserved the start. So and he has huge march to progress, but he could show some glimpse of what he's capable of. You got to start. You got to start someday. So no, all good and proud in that sense. Then yeah, like I said, Stevie's coming back. The heavy World Cup, we wanted to be cautious and be mindful of that, and reintegrating Malte and Jamal and Dylan after the little obstacles that they had was positive. So yeah.
And the positive glimpses, I know that doesn't lead to the win, but Patrick Schulte having that series of stops there in the second half, and even Gazdag able to perform on a penalty kick. How do you build off of moments like that moving forward?
Well, the important player has to make plays in decisive moments, and that's what they did today. My job is try to put them in those moments and with consistency, and they need to show up and be the best versions of themselves. Yeah.
You mentioned Tarun. How often do you see him being a part of this lineup? And Chase, you had him come in at the end of the game. Are these young players you see consistently in the lineup, or kind of just bridging the gap from now to when the new players arrive?
It's undeniable that we see a lot of value in them, and it's also similarly true that one more veteran, experienced player going to play is going to be a little bit more trickier to integrate them as I did today. But that's part of the job of trying to find the right balance and still be competitive and get where we want to be in terms of results and titles.
Is Gomez? Did you expect him to play today, or is that precautionary? And do you expect him to be available on Saturday?
The idea was for him to give him the proper load in terms of exposure physically, so he can perform at the highest level the next coming week. Yeah.
Everybody good? All right, thanks, y'all.